Peace, beloveds, my people. It is AG here. Welcome back. It's July 12th, 2025. And we're here today with our June calendar. Well, calendar for the year. This is the recap for the month of June. You feel me? Full of lessons, growth, and some powerful reflection. I know I decided to make this one simple. Not even like getting into like time and stuff like that. Usually I start this off honoring God, honoring our present moment, acknowledging all the things going on in life, the disparities. These last 2 months, I've been grappling with a lot of grief, I would say, loss and death. I've been shedding of my skin and apologizing and redeeming, and man, the emotions is definitely there. And I just want to take some time to give thanks that we're able to feel, because right now with everything going on, you could definitely lack that compassion and empathy for the world. But I'm talking about on the ground, I'm gripping my heart. I'm calling my mom like, yo, what's going on? I'm sitting here crying like, yo, it's been real. These last 2 months, it's been real. But that welcomes in our theme. It was move forward, and we were in Strand 6, which is the strength to stand in one's truth regardless of the outcome. So moving forward from the month with that, I think setting in stone. Let me see what do we say? So before June, we were in May. That was free yourself in the Strand was living peacefully in the state of acceptance. So transitioning that into accepting where we are right now, who we are, where we come from, accepting that, and moving forward with accepting that, and accepting the truth regardless of the outcome. You could see how each month has just been evolving off of the last. And I'm talking about love and hate, like the light and darkness and everything in between, as we can feel on the spectrum. Yeah, this has been such a great month to clear out and to finish processing and then moving forward. It's that time of year. Everybody been going through it. It really hit me personally at home, because like I think a lot about family, and with my own personal family, and then like my relationships and stuff like that. Me moving out here created this distance, and now I don't got no other choice but to build it from my own, off of the tools and resources that I have out here. So that the whole month of moving forward and standing in the truth, you feel me? At the end of the day, the last day on the 30th, it said, I am so proud of you, because there's a lot of things going on, and the fact that I'm not out here like, we're not out here crashing out or nothing like that. Every day we're working towards bettering ourselves, and that was just such an important thing for me. Give thanks. The goals for that month were to get my car oil changed, which I did. To buy I needed some like new spray. I had this spray from Bali, Indonesia, and it ran out, and it worked so well. Out here, I couldn't really find a spray, but I got some new soaps and this face moisturizer. My mom also made me this shea butter that I've been using is working well on the face. You feel me? You can't really tell right now, but I've been doing good with that. And to pick up some new basketball sneakers, I went hiking and they got moldy. The last pair that I had, I did not get new kicks yet. I've been using other old ones. So I definitely have to get that. These are not just tasks, but they're steps towards budgeting, maintenance, and of course honoring my health. And learning from that, it's not about restriction, it's about aligning yourself with what you need, what really matters. And physical health, our skin, all that exercise, sweating, and like our diet, focusing on that. And that's like part of like the methods of standing in your truth is first how you take care of yourself. I've been in a lot of these studies and in groups and education calls. It really allows me to reflect back at myself of how much I care for the world, but like how much am I pouring into myself? Like what actions am I doing to make sure that I have the capacity to be able to. Next, I want to talk about. First, we want to honor. Yeah, we want to do this. Honor before moving forward. Honor some of the leaders who've paved the way. I had a bunch of them for this month, and I'll be saying their name out loud. James Farmer Jr., Adam Clayton Powell, and his art, Keep the Faith Baby. Ella Baker, a key organizer behind the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. Orland Bishop, Malidona, give me a second, Patrice Some. I have Patrice Lumumba, Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, Fannie Lou Hamer, founder of the Freedom Farm Cooperative, Kwame Nkrumah, Sekou Touré, one of the leaders of the first African country to gain independence from France, Toni Morrison. And I'm going to just pause right there because the next names. This is in no order. But yes, I did. I was catching up on who Joseph Stalin was, Karl Marx, Ibrahim Traoré, Gaddafi, Muammar Gaddafi, and lastly Andrew Young. It's a list of different people. I know, I get it. Why it's important to me is because in studying world history, you have to also study the different leaders and what they've been doing. And I find myself in everyone, and I'll explain a little bit into that. But these are different perspectives and different struggles, but they all teach us to stand firm and to move forward with our current times and positions. We use these examples to live through them, to continue to carry the good things and to learn from the bad things. So just saying their names out loud, just being honored with that. No judgment, no bias. That's why I said it's in no order. This is just history, and it's coming just from my perspective and how I see it. But I watched videos on all those people, been reading words from all these people to help develop a character within myself and who I choose to be. But these are people that are living, when some living and some in a are not with us anymore, but their impact and legacies is still present. That leads me to talk about Black social theory, a recreation of culture. James Cone, I mentioned him last month, And how that transitioned into me, I've been going to a Bible study with the Beloved Church out here, and that's where I also learn more methods and ideology theories around the laws of Ma'at, control of thought, control of actions, and giving thanks to the what Kwanzaa means and what it stands for and what it represents. And how when we're reading the scripture, it's not just about religion, but it's about reclaiming the culture and understanding the history through liberation and through resistance. And I feel that approach of looking at these scriptures through revolution and through the eyes of the oppressed allows us not to fall into it being like a victim thing, but we actually have the power to change our circumstances right now. And using that text from the Bible, is just another way, another lens to look at life. Later on, I'll share some different experiences. I've traveled. I've been to Indonesia, Jamaica, Guatemala, Costa Rica, what have you, different cultures and different traditions of how they honor life and death. Looking at it through this, the Black social theory, and even theological liberation. You could just see these the certain type of patterns and giving us the power to form like the culture as we see as a collective with healing and growth. Really interesting fun fact. I watched this movie. It was Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. And that also had me thinking about like culture, race, and shaping like your journey forward. I watched that movie. I'm not sure what anything else I really did like for fun. Bass freestyles, you feel me? I drop a couple of those shorts. Full versions might not ever come out. Y'all gonna catch some shorts in whatever clips that I decide to share. But I definitely in a creative process myself right now. Working on first typing it up, then editing it, and finding a way to share that with the rest of the world. Definitely a special moment. Okay, so next was understanding. I wrote at the top, we cannot exist without each other. There's this inner connection between our personal and our universal growth, and how that contradicts itself, because everything that we feel internally is an expression externally. Let me see if I had any more notes from it, which it doesn't look like. So yeah, certain things like aquaponics, a sustainable way to grow food by combining fish and farming and plants in a closed system, and that helps with balance and care for the earth. And also being engaged in self-defense and allow myself to understand what my limitations are when it comes to how I defend myself, and being put in environments and spaces where I'm learning the basic fundamentals and being able to add on that is pretty dope. It's pretty important. Next, talk a little bit about my introduction into sociocracy. And these are some things I'm gonna just like read from the 3 governance questions. Well, first, socio is those who associate together, and then cratsy is govern. So together, the Sociocracy, the three governance questions: what is the aim and purpose? How are decisions made, and by whom are decisions made? How do we decide the work we decide? Who decides the work? Who decides what? Who and how do we decide? And who does what? And kind of breaking down these agreements, patterns of distributing authority, the aims, domains, consent, and circles/roles. Gets us out of this majority rules, gotta vote on it, usually through democratic processes. This process is more about consent and making space to talk things out. There's terms, roles, in the space where you have a group together. It gives an opportunity to also everybody list out what they think the certain qualifications are, and then from there you get to decide on who's best qualified to enact that role and for how long the term is. And this process, it feels a lot more human than just like voting and majority rules and getting out of and getting into a space that's more inclusive by taking the time to ask for consent. And if somebody doesn't fully consent with it, is making the space to kind of gain like an understanding on why, and then digging deeper into that. A lot of great videos I've been watching on a lot of the names of the people that I listed earlier alongside of this training. It offers a way to stand in collective truth and move forward. Another cool thing, I think this came from Ella Baker. Fundi, a Swahili word for a person who teaches the next generation. Yeah, Fundi, a Swahili word meaning teachers of the next generation. That reminded me of something that we're all passing along here on this journey. And I think that, I'm definitely proud of myself to even be able to show up today. Like I said, it ain't nothing like these cameras, they're really performance. As I'm evolving and getting, I guess, my own personal development up of knowledge of self and feeling all these emotions that's been happening, honestly just called me to finish educating myself and kind of just grappling with the fact of sometimes in life when you are being called to evolve, you're going to lose. It's going to feel like you're losing out on a lot of things, but that's just really the universe clearing up your mind and space, so that way you're not as distracted and you can focus on the things that you desire in your heart. And sometimes that takes a lot of isolation, which is okay, because you make sure that you're ready before you go outside and interact with the world. You made it here today. Give yourself a pat on the back. I guess I could mention this also. Me even being selected like to be a Big of the Year or part of the Big Brother Big Sister collective out in Jersey. It's a national group. And in the energy there, we raised over $200K off of our stories, which tells me that everybody has a really unique story. And you putting that energy into being able to articulate who you are and being open about your struggles, your mistakes, and how you got through it is really something that we can add on to as another example of how people just experience different obstacles and how you were able to move that mountain. And I'm sharing this to be able to let future self know, inner children know that you do have the ability to do so. You spread your wings, you set your intentions, and you set your heart right with God, and you just chip at it 1% day by day. Something's going to happen. I'm that right here, you feel me? This whole every day You feel me? This consistency. This is not even the first version of it. You feel me? This is the third time I'm doing a calendar for the year. I have rest, restart, relax, love, debrief, ground, canvassing, family days, crying, moving forward. That was just the theme of this month. I've been posting up on here, on the YouTube, you feel me? I did this holistic wellness, Qigong, my base freestyles, you feel me? Going to the Bible studies and experiencing life at my pace. And I think that I know I'm doing a great job. So I know if you're here today, you're doing an amazing job. You just think about, taking this time to analyze, think about, what you want to do next. I'm really glad that I got this one down, do some edits, just post it for real. It's pretty raw, just how it is. So I really appreciate y'all. Of course, I do have some concluding questions. What truth did you stand in this month? And what helped you move forward, big or small? Like, subscribe, and share this with somebody who's asking for deeper questions too and understanding. And I'll see y'all in the next post. Peace.